It's a beautiful day here in Johnson Creek.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
Yeah, I've been riding it since we put the facility up 4 years ago, quite often. I've rode a bit before that, but pretty regularly I'll ride the trail, and it's a great way to get away from traffic. It's safe from traffic, so it's a safety trail. I can go along the highway here and not have to worry about traffic. A lot of the peers working behind me, they ride this trail quite a bit, so it's a very active trail for us truck employees.
Loyal and the Trek Riding Group are probably some of the most frequent riders of the Glacial River Trail, which runs right through town.
This is paved, so it's really nice. There's a few hills. We're in Wisconsin, so there's going to be some hills, but it's pretty easy to ride. For the most part, flat, really enjoyable. You can go as long as you want on this trail to connect with other trails. Far south is Janesville, and if you connect to the Wild Goose Trail, you can go past Watertown up to Waupun. Not to mention the trails that go east and west. Glacier Drumlin Trail goes pretty much Madison to Milwaukee.
And right near the Glacial Drumlin Trail is a state park with a deep-rooted history.
Aztalan State Park encloses the ancient town of Aztalan. Aztalan was established 1,000 years ago as Wisconsin's first town. And the people that made the town came from America's first city, a place we now call Cahokia in southern Illinois. The state park was established to preserve the remnants of this ancient town.
Bob is a member of the Friends of Aztalan State Park, a group of volunteers that assist the Wisconsin DNR with maintaining and protecting this national historic landmark. They also focus on educating visitors and put on public events in the park all year round that also celebrate the Native American culture of the site.
Ho-chunk dancers, the Wisconsin Dells singers and dancers, come here to perform and also talk about their traditions, because the Ho-chunk were the ones who occupied this land when the first Europeans came. And they were subsequently removed to other places, but this in essence was Ho-chunk land. One of the earlier discoverers of Aztalan itself was a man named Timothy Johnson, and he eventually moved to Johnson Creek and stayed there for the rest of his life. So there's a unique tie in between Johnson Creek and Aztalan, in that one of its first explorers made Johnson Creek his home. Johnson Creek is very close to Aztalan, and in fact could advertise itself as being the gateway to Wisconsin's first town, the site of Aztalan itself.
So the Founders Float is this really cool thing that the Johnson Creek Historical Society does. We recreate the trip of Tim Johnson, who founded Watertown in the early 1830s. He paddled down the Rock River, about 10 miles or so, to Johnson Creek, which of course is his namesake. He founded that about 2 years later. So basically they put in near Watertown, and then they all came down to Johnson Creek. The Founders Float up and down the Rock River was awesome today. It was beautiful scenery, and really, you know, everybody sees Johnson Creek, they see the exit, they see all the restaurants, and they see the outlet mall. When you're on the Rock River paddling, it's so peaceful, it's so beautiful, and it's Johnson Creek from a totally different perspective. So between the river and the highways and its position halfway between Milwaukee and Madison, Johnson Creek has always been a major crossroads. That's why they say now they're the crossroads of the future. And you see that in the development too, because with the premium outlets, with the restaurants, with the pine cone, which has long been a destination for a lot of people when they're on the road. You just know that Johnson Creek is a place you can stop, you can enjoy. You're in the center of everything and you're close to everything, and it's just a fun place, but it's more than just what you see off the highway. There's a lot in the town, and there's a lot up and down the river to enjoy too.
So whether you're stopping for a quick bite to eat or a lap around the outlets, plan for a longer trip next time you're here. Stay a while, relax, and explore here in Johnson Creek.